students? Okay, so we'll start. Once again, good morning everyone, students. It's a very important unit, that is the fifth unit, joint probability distribution and Markova chain. We see one by one. What is this joint probability distribution? So already in the last unit you have come across probability distribution. Otherwise, you can go through the last lecture and try to understand what is probability distribution. In that distribution, we have come across discrete random variable. We have seen already what is the discrete random variables. Then we have come across mean, variance. Yes, all these formulas we have come across. Now we will go very simple, that is joint probability. The joint probability itself meaning is that it is a join of two probability distribution. So means what, we are going to take here two random variables which are discrete. So you can see here I have taken, if x and y are two discrete random variables, that is our p of it, that is the probability, x is equal to xi and y is equal to yi. That is a joint probability which is equal to the function given by f of x comma y. So we see again where f of x comma y satisfies the condition. Yes, very well. It satisfies that f of x comma y is greater than equal to 0, and it also satisfies that sum of all xi's and sum of all yi's in the function will be equal to 1. I can see this is equal to 1, and this function is always greater than equal to 0. Otherwise, we cannot calculate the probability. So x, we are going to take here x1, x2, x3 till xm. Please remember this. So they are the variables, that is random variables. We also say it as discrete random variables. And we are going to take another random variable y is equal to y1, y2, yn. So if you join them, we take this as discrete random variable as joint probability distribution. So you can see the function. Now we'll start with our joint probability definition. That is the function f of xi comma yi is equal to j of ij. For I is equal to 1 to m and j is equal to 1 to n, is called joint probability distribution of x and y. So what is this actually, student? What is this joint probability distribution is? If you understand this table, that is a matrix, 50% of the work is done. So in the last lecture I have discussed about this. So you can see here I am going to take this as y, that is y1, here it is y2 dot 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 yn, and sum of all this we are going to take. Similarly, what will be the, in the column I am going to take x is equal to x1, x2 till xm, and sum of all. So all these blocks, you can see this blocks, students. So these blocks are nothing but, if you take j11, it is nothing but, it represents x1 and y1. That is the first column, first row, first column, j11. Similarly, you have come across this. Once again, I am just repeating. j12 means it is again first row, second column. So it is x1 and y2. So it is going to give you the value j12. So like this, we come across till the end. So this is going to give you j1n. So sum of all means j11, j12, and all these matrix elements j1n will give you the f of x1. I think in the last lecture I have told you this, whatever the sum you are going to do, which not be given in the question, you are going to calculate this sum. So this probability or this values are nothing but marginal values or marginal probabilities, we say, that is marginal distribution. So because it is in the margin. Similarly, we are going to go for the y. So you can say this is j11, j21, similarly jm1, which will give you g of y1. This is also g of y1 is nothing but marginal distribution. So like this, the values will be distributed in this matrix, students. Okay. So we see now f of x1. Now what is f of x1? Value is nothing but, you can see here j11 plus j12 plus till j1n. Similarly, we can calculate for f of x2 to f of xm. Similarly, we go with the g of y1. So you can see here sum of all the values, that is j11, j12 till jm1 will give you the value g of y1. Similarly, we can go for g of y2 till g of yn. So you can see this all functions, which is the sum of all the rows. First row, second row, we calculate the sum. Similarly, here we calculate the column. First column, second column, third column, all values we add. So such in the last row and last column is known as marginal probability distribution. Please remember this, students. Okay, now we see sum of all this f of x1, f of x2 and f of xm, which will be always equal to 1. Definitely this is the very important property of joint probability distribution. So please remember this property. Okay, so we have already seen, once again I'll just repeat, what is expectation, variance, covariance and correlation. I'll just tell you, if x and y are two discrete random variables having the joint probability function, yes, it is f of xy, then mu x, that is mean expectation x is equal to sum of xi, f of xi. Similarly for y, so whenever there is a sigma xi or mu x, what we say, that is the mean of x, we take it as the function sum of xi into f of xi. Similarly for y, but here you have to remember, this was expectation of x, expectation of y. But when we come across joint probability, we have to get the expectation of x into y, which is equal to sum of xi into yi into jij. So what is this jij? They are nothing but the values in this matrix. So please remember. So we are going to simultaneously multiply to this. Will be very clear when we solve the examples. Similarly, we have the covariance. I have already defined and given this formula as covariance is nothing but, again, they are correlated to x and y, which is equal to e of xy minus mu of x, mu of y. Please remember this formula, very, very important. Next is very, very simple, that is correlation of x and y. So correlation of x and y, correlation is denoted by, please remember this as rho, it's a Greek letter, rho, xy is equal to covariance xy divided by covariance of x into covariance of y. If x and y are independent random variable, then you can see e of xy is equal to e of x into e of y. When two x and y are independent random variable, then we can see covariance xy is equal to 0, and that is correlation rho xy is also 0, friend. So please remember these points. So if possible, you can write it and practice. E of x is equal to mu of x is equal to summation xi into f of xi. This is already we have calculated in the previous unit, but here with x we are going to calculate y also. That is the difference. You can see I have taken standard normal distribution also here, that is covariance. Then it is sigma x square is equal to e of x square minus mu x the whole square. Similarly for y, and e of x square we have already done, that is sum of xi square f of xi. Yes, and also I have told you to remember covariance formula and correlation formula. Okay, so we'll go with the immediately with the example. Please once again read the formulas, practice and be ready. All these formulas will be helpful you to solve in the example. Now we see the first question. We'll start. So be ready with the calculator once again, students. Okay. So what we have here, the first example is very, very simple. Using all these formulas, see, in one example we are going to make all these 6 formulas, students. Very, very important example it is. And we can start the example now. So example 1 is the first example in joint probability distribution. So what it says, so you can start now. That is the joint distribution of two random variables. Till then, students, you can see the formula once again, because one by one we are going to use this formula in the first example itself. It is very simple but little bit lengthy. Yes. So please follow this table. Now you can see in the beginning they have given our table. So okay, this is y, and they have given here 4, 2, 7. Similarly, here they have given 1 and 2. So I'll try to make this matrix. Okay, fine. I am not good in diagram, but this much is clear, I think. Yes. So this table will be given, students. Now this will be our, you can take this as y1, y2, y3. Please remember this. And this value they have given here 1 upon 8, 1 upon 4, and here it is 1 upon 8 again. Then this is 1 upon 4. Okay, this is 1 upon 4. This is 1 upon 8, and this is 1 upon 8. Then you are going to calculate here, or they have told you to compute. So what they have told you to compute, let us see. Can compute the following. Okay, one by one we'll see. First a, they have told you to calculate e of x and e of y. So if possible, you start solving, students, one by one. It's very easy. Yes. B, they have told you to calculate e of xy. Use the formula and you can start calculating this. It will take a little bit time, but calculation is very simple. We have already calculated such problems in the previous unit, that is in the probability. So if you are perfect in the probability, joint probability is very simple. It is continuation of probability distribution, and you can see the application, students. Whatever we have applications we have for probability, same applications we have in the joint probability also. Definitely it is helpful in the statistics process. Yes, and also it is helpful to calculate. See, joint probability is continuation of probability. In probability we have taken one random variable, but here we are going to take two random variables. Also remember, students, in the future, that is in the vast populated area like India, we come across this probability distribution where not only two random variables we take, but it is will continue this as joint probability distribution is for n random variables. It's very important. So you can see one random variable x, y, we have done. Then now we are going for joint probability distribution two random by taking two random variables x and y. Similarly, if you continue, there will be 3 random variable, 4 random variable, 10 random variables. Similarly, n random variables you can take. So it is a vast data you can calculate here, and we can distribute it. Very important. Now already we have seen. So in BT also you have come across that how the distribution of marks is being taken. So how many students have got distinction? That is a distribution. So in the college also you can see first rank, second rank, third rank in every department, right? So how many of them have got 100 out of 100 in mathematics? That is all distribution. You can see applications everywhere. So if you go through the next step after completing mechanical engineering, then if you go for job, then your salary is being distributed. You can see the work is being distributed. Yes, one person cannot teach all the subjects, right? So we have divided the subjects for particular sirs and madams. It is divided. That is a distribution. So all these things we come across applications of joint distribution. Now simultaneously in the first year you have seen there were different subjects, and for different subject different sirs were allotted. That is a distribution. So it is joint distribution. Similarly, we have here joint distribution. So now we'll simplify now one by one, student. So first we go with the distribution of first x. Now, when you simplify this distribution of x, yes, how you will come across? You will just distribute this. That is, we want to calculate the e of x and e of y. That is expectation of x and expectation of y. So I'm going to go for the distribution, students. Distribution of x. How you calculate this, students? Very, very simple. I will take this as first. Always y1. This is our y2 and this is our y3. Please remember this is x1 and x2. What will be this one, students? Please remember this is j11, this is j12, and this is j13. You have to keep in this your mind how it is distributed. So it is j21 and here it is j22, and this is you are going to get j23. Okay, now what they have told, distribution of x. So how it is distributed, already I have told you that if you just calculate this distribution will be given. Okay, just increase this number. It is actually 5. Don't worry, no problem. Don't make it here 5. This was 5. Okay, so this is the distribution given, students. Now we see. I have taken here blue. Okay, I will take blue only. Okay. So we see this distribution. Now we simplify. First you see expectation of x, distribution of x. Already what I have told you, how you are going to take distribution of x1 and the distribution of x2 you are going to take. Means how you are going to simplify this, friends? Add these terms. Then you will get here some value. That is distribution of f of xi. So please calculate this, ones. 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8. What is the value? Can you calculate? That is our distribution f of xi. Yes, can you tell me? Yes, please unmute and tell me. Yes, I think you have got. If you simplify 1 upon 2, is it correct, students? Please check once again. Then
yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Similarly, we'll go for the distribution of x for x2. So what will be for x2? Please tell me. 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 8, which is equal to
1 by 2.
Very good. So this is what we are going to distribute. Means when we are going to take the distribution of x, so xi's we know, that is x1 and x2, that is 1 and 5. What will be the distribution? F of xi, that is 1 upon 2, and this is also 1 upon 2. Similarly, can you give me the distribution for y? Yes, distribution of y. So you can see here yi. So I think 3 are there. So you are going to add 3. That is minus 4. So simultaneously, because this is a joint probability, simultaneously are going to go for x and y. So I'm going to take the function f of yi. I think you are going to add this 1 upon 8 and 1 upon 4. That is, I'm going to get here f of yi. So when you add 1 upon 8 and 1 upon 4, so what you are going to get here, son? Yes, very good. It is very simple. It is 3 by 8. Similarly, add 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8. Same. It is 3 by 8 only. Because 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 4 is also same. 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8 is also same. Similarly, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 8. So 2 upon 8 means it is 1 upon 4. So this is how we are going to distribute first. Okay, students. So please remember the formula. First one I will go with the E of x. What is E of x? That is expectation sum of all xi's into f of xi. I think you know the formula, or shall I write once again? Okay, no problem. I will write the formula completely. So you can see, very simple. What is sum of xi's and sum of f of xi's, which is equal to x1 f of x1 plus x2 f of x2. Yes. So just substitute. X1 is nothing but 1. We'll put 1. F of 1 is nothing but 1 upon 2 plus x2 is nothing but 5, and f of x2 is nothing but 1 upon 2. So what is our expectation, students? Sum of xi's into f of xi. So what I will get here, students? Please calculate and tell me. Meantime, I will also calculate for expectation. Sum of yi into f of y. So just please use the calculator and tell me what is the answer. So here 3 are there. So I'm going to take y3 f of y3. So if you just substitute both the values, you can try, students. Okay, just substitute the values. I think you have come across this now. This is our x1, x2. This is f of x1, f of x2. Similarly, this is going to give you y1, y2, y3. Please substitute the values. F of y1, f of y2, and f of y3. Yes, please tell me what is the e of x. I think everyone got 3. So therefore, e of x, we are going to get the expectation 3. Yes. Similarly, what will be the expectation of y? That is e of y. I think you have calculated this one.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
1.
very good. So like this, you should be able to calculate. One thing also remember, what is e of x? So in the formula I have already given here, e of x is nothing but mu x. Mu x is nothing but mean. So please remember, we are going to consider this as mu x. So I think little bit difficult to write it on this. Okay, this is fine. So please remember this. This is our expectation of x. Now expectation of y is 1. Please remember this is mu of y. So like this you should be able to simplify. Simultaneously we have to do both the terms. So next we will see b, that is e of xy. So please remember what is the formula for e of xy, which is equal to sum of xi into yj into jij. Please remember this formula. I'm going to use this to calculate for b, that is e of xy, that is expectation of xy, student. So please be ready now. So write the formula first. So how we will simplify this, students? Very simple. See, very important step, student. How you are going to write the expectation, that this is the expectation of joint probability. Today only we are going to simplify this problem. So we see, when I take x1, y1, I am going to take this as j11 plus, add them x1, as you see x1 and x2 are there. So for a second, but here we have y2, therefore j12 plus x1 y3, and this is going to give you 13 y13. I think 3 y1 y2 y3 are there, therefore I have taken till here. Similarly we'll go with the plus. Next x2, again y1, therefore j is 2 1 plus, I think you have understanding, student, how to write this formula now. Okay, very good. So this is 2 plus x2 y3, therefore this is 2 3. Can you please add these values and tell me what is the answer, students? I think now you are perfect. You can see J11, J12, J13, J21, J22, J23 I have given. X1 is given, X2 is given, Y1 is given, Y2 is given, Y3 is given. Just please substitute the values and tell me the answer. Yes, Kalyani, are you there? Maithili, just
Yes,
add the
sir.
values. Yes. So formula is given, values are given, student. Just substitute. In the book, only this formula is given. For your sake, I have just simplified this formula so that it will be easy. X1, substitute one by one, it is 1. Next, minus 4, 1 upon 8 plus 1, 2, this is 1 upon 4 plus 1, 7, 1 upon 8, similarly plus 5, minus 4, this is 1 upon 4 plus 5, 2, 1 upon 8 plus 5, 7, and this is 1 upon 8. What I have done, I have used this table, joint probability distribution table. This is, so from this matrix, I have taken all the values and simplified here. Yes, please tell me what is the answer. Yes, I think, please try this. What is the answer? Yes, Maithili. Yes, Karthik, Ilyas, Omkar. So please try this. I think you must get this. Yes. Yes, it
1.5.
is 1.5 or 3 divided by 2. It is same only. So you're going to get the value, it is 1.5, or we take this as 3 divided by 2, students. So like this, we'll go with the C. Yes. Okay. So what they have told here, students, C they have given here. Yes, it is variance. They have told you to calculate. I think you come across this. What is this formula? Yes, it is actually standard deviation they have given to calculate here. This is C1 standard deviation. This is, that is sigma square x and sigma y square. So this formula you come across here. Yes, this formula I'm going to use. You just wait. So this formula I'm going to use here, students, and substitute the values now. I think you know now. Let's see. This is equal to, this is for x and this is for y. Please remember this formula. Now we'll simplify this one by one, students. Now we see what is e of x square. I think you have come across e of x square. What is e of x square? Yes, e of x square is nothing but, in the last lecture also we have solved, sum of all xi square into f of xi, and here sum of all yj square into f of yj. Please use this formula. So I'll write here only, simultaneously I will write this. See, I will take this as square x is equal to sum of xi square into f of xi minus mu x square. Simultaneously try to solve. So this is sum of yj square into f of yj minus mu square y. Okay. Now I can just simplify this, students, like this. So I think this is x1, y1 I have come across. So just substitute x1 first, that is 1. Then for this x1, I have corresponding value for this one, x1. have corresponding value. F of x1 is 1 upon 2, then x2 is 5, f of x2 is 1 upon 2. Similarly here y also, y1 minus 4, f of y1 is 3 upon 8. Then add this. So what I will get here, it is 1 square, and here it is 1 upon 2 plus 5 square, square, and this is 1 upon 2 minus, yes, very very important, what is this, sigma mu x, I think this is mean, so this is your mu x, that is 3, so substitute here 3 square. So please substitute in the calculator and tell me the answer, student. Similarly, what will be the yj square? Yes, minus 4 into 3 upon 8. Yes, so this is minus 3 square into
75 by 4.
Yes, you will get this as 4. Very good. Similarly, you can substitute here.
So it's minus 4 the whole square.
Minus 4 the whole square. Sorry. Yes. See, like this, minus 4 the whole square we're going to take, then into 3 divided by 8 plus 4 into 3 divided by 8 plus 7 square, or we can take this as 2 square, this is 7 square, and this is 1 upon 4 minus mean is 1 only. Okay, no problem, this is mean is 1 only, so this is 1 square. I think you must get this value 4, and please check once again, you must get this value 79 divided by 4. Sorry. Yes, just please try this values, 75 divided by 4. So this is what we get, sigma x square, and this is sigma y square. Please try in your calculator, students, check the answer. Okay, so like this we have to calculate this answers. Now similarly we'll go for the D. What is D? They have given covariance of xy. What is the formula for covariance of xy? It is expectation of xy minus mu x into mu y. So I think expectation of xy you have calculated. Expectation of xy is 33 divided by 2. So I'm going to go for the D1, that is covariance of xy, which is equal to expectation of x comma y minus mu x into mu y. So already you have seen expectation of xy is 3 divided by 2 minus mu of x. What is that? Mean of x. It is 3 and 1. Okay, so just substitute here 3 and 1. So please calculate this value. I think this is 3 minus 6.
Minus 3 by
Yes, it is minus 3 by 2 is the correct answer. So this is what we get, covariance, friend. So go for the next one now. It is E. So I think, what is E question they have given? Rho of x comma y. That is correlation x comma y. So it is covariance xy divided by, that is the standard deviation sigma x sigma y. Okay, so we'll take this formula for E. So I think you have calculated already. That is a correlation xy is equal to covariance x comma y divided by, it is sigma x sigma y. So this is equal to, what is covariance xy? It is already we have calculated. It is minus 3 divided by 2. And now we can see they have just given standard deviation, that is sigma x square. 4 we have sigma y square 75 divided by 4. Okay. So, but here we want sigma x. So, therefore, I am going to take square root of 4 and here square root of 75 divided by 4. So, please check what is the answer. Please calculate.
Minus root 3 by 10.
Yes, it is minus root 3 by 10, or if we just simplify this, you must get this as what?
Minus 0.173.
Yes, very good. So answer is correct. That is minus 0.1732. So like this, we are going to simplify this as row of xy or correlation of xy. So this is what we have completed this example. So now you can see here, students. Yes, if you have class, you can leave this. Otherwise, I will repeat this once again. Once again, you can see here that in the question they have given the joint distribution of two random variable x and y is as follows. So x they have given, y they have given minus 4, 2, 7, and here they have given 1, 5. So these are the values j11, j12, j13. You have to calculate. Sum of all you are going to get f of xi's. They are nothing but 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. Similarly, you are going to find the sum of yi's. So they have told you to compute e of x, that is expectation of x, and expectation of y. Similarly, they have told you that is e of xy, that is a joint probability, expectation xy, and then c, sigma square x and sigma y square. Then covariance xy they have told you to calculate, and this is correlation, that is rho xy. So first you have to go for the distribution. Distribution means is nothing but sum of row. 1 upon 8, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8 will give you 1 upon 2. Similarly, we'll go for the sum of second row, that is 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 8, which is 1 upon 2. So like this, sum of all will give you f of x1 and f of x2. So this is the distribution of x, student. Please remember. Similarly, go for the distribution of y, because this is joint probability. Simultaneously should do both the things simultaneously. Similarly, yes, sorry, substitute now e of x formula, that is sum of xi into f of xi's. So if you substitute the values, x1 is 1, substitute, f of x1 is 1 upon 2 plus x2 is 5, f of x2 is 1 upon 2, substitute, you're going to get the value 3. This expectation of x is equal to 3, which is nothing but the mean of variance, mean of x random variable. Next, we'll go for the distribution of y. I can see e of y is equal to summation x yj into f of yj, which is equal to, substitute the values, y1, that is minus 4 multiply 3 upon 8 plus 2 into 3 upon 8 plus 7 into 1 upon 4. You are going to get e of y, which is equal to 1, which you are going to get the mean of y distribution, that is mu y. Next is very, very important in the joint probability distribution, that is e of xy, which is equal to summation xi into yj into j of I j. So please remember this simplification I have done: x1 y1 j11 plus x2 x1 y2 j12 plus x1 y3 j13, and then plus x2 y1 j21 plus x2 y2 j22 plus x2 y3 j23. So all the values are given in this matrix or table. Just substitute the values, you are going to get the value 3 upon 2. So similarly, you should go for the sigma x square, which is equal to e of x square minus mu x square. So please remember this. So this e of x square is nothing but summation of only x square. F of xi will remain as it is. Means you are going to substitute these values. The answer you are going to get here sigma x4. Simultaneously should go for y also. So sigma y square will be equal to e of y minus mu square y. Substitute the values, e of, sorry, this is square. Yes, please remember this is square. Then e of y square minus mu square y. E of y square is nothing but summation yj square into f of yj minus sigma square y. Substitute the values, students. You are going to get the value as 75 divided by 4. Next, we'll go with the covariance x comma y, which is equal to E of xy minus mu x into mu y. Please repeat, practice the formula. So E of xy we have already calculated, it is 3 upon 2. So substitute 3 upon 2. Mu x and mu y we have already calculated is 3 and 1. So substitute here values 3 and 1. So further if we simplify, covariance xy is equal to minus 3 upon 2 we get, students. Now we'll go with the rho, that is our correlation. Xy is equal to covariance xy divided by sigma x into sigma y. So all the values you have calculated, just substitute the values, you are going to get the correlation xy is equal to minus root 3 upon 10, or if you further simplify, we are going to get this as minus 0.1732, students. Is it clear, students? Still, if you have any doubt, you can ask me, please. Thank you.